Okay, here's an old compost bin. This is when I planted up. The plants are dying because it's frosty and they're seasonal, so they bulb up and I remove them and put them elsewhere. But what I could be doing, and I might do, it would take a lot because I've done such a long area, is top it up with some other compost. First I put down a bit of cardboard, so I could probably actually just fold the sides down, cover it with compost to stop weed seeds coming out, and then plant it with carrots. It gets a little bit of use out of it and it stops weeds from growing on the top until it's ready to use. So I started at the far end and I came this way. That's why this end is higher. What happens is over time it will drop down further. So this was overflowing, this was above the pellet line, but as it composts it drops, so it will probably drop at least down to half, at least. If not, it'll go down to 2/3. But what you get is the most rich and beautiful compost that you've ever seen, if you're not using it yourself. So it can go back on the paddocks. Horses will eat it, I'll show you that soon. You can go into bags, you could sell it, or you can, there's many options. Grow from it. Yeah, you can sell it in a bulk load or you can sell it in bags. I would sell it. It's worth a fortune, good compost is, and it's organic. And why not? I mean, you've put a bit of effort in. But if you want to put it back on your land, you're only going to find that your grass is much better. So, you know, it's up to you at the end of the day. But it also keeps it enclosed and tidy. Now, if you had a large amount of horses, so I had 4, I think, when I started this. Now I have 3, and I'm shortly going to have 2. I could have made this easily 2 pallets wide. That would have meant that the middle of it would have composted better, so you'll find that the middle composts better and anything on the sides is a little bit slower, which is also why a round shape is better. It means that the middle will compost better and the outsides, they'll be a bit slower, but the corners are really bad. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Do what you need to do. So I also put down a layer of cardboard on the ground, and on this one I've got some little protector coir cloth things because I needed to build it up. It actually slopes down really badly on this side, and honestly it doesn't matter how you make it. Look at how wobbly it is. Dad told me I should have string lined it. I don't care, it's a compost pile. With this shape though, if you are planning on growing in it, this is a really good option because you can put just some number 8 wire, high tensile. You can just put it from here over to the other side in a loop, and then you can put a cover over it to stop the birds in spring. You'll find that that's actually a really good way of protecting it, and then you can grow, my gosh, so much food in here. You'd be amazed. And not only can you grow it once, you can replace the plants through the season without having to feed them. You don't need to feed this if you're using it as a planter, because all your food is in there, it's all in the poo. And then you can still spread it on the land and still find that it's very useful. It hasn't been spent because you're bringing up the nutrients from the bottom and you're turning it back over. So that's a long chat about a compost pile. A little bit boring for some, but some people might find it interesting. Move over to an old one.